and give an oral report in front of the class, I froze in my seat. I simply couldn't muster the courage. "David," the teacher would quietly say to me, "I'm sorry, but you must do this. If you refuse, I will have no choice but to give you an F." Under those conditions, I would definitely take the F. I still hadn't recovered from the time a while back when I had mispronounced the word THE, and everybody laughed. It was something about the oven or the Industrial Revolution, and I had said the instead of the. My classmates thought that was hilarious. So, with a heavy sigh, my teacher would murmur, "Okay, you come back at the end of school today and give your report just to me with no one else in the room." That I was willing to do. When I enrolled for my junior year in the fall of 1958, something absolutely wonderful happened. There on the class list was something called DE, Distributive Education, more commonly called work-study today. What is that? I wanted to know. Well, businesses in town call in to offer part-time jobs for students, a young teacher named J.W. Weatherford explained, and you get to leave during the school day to go work. You still get credit for the class, and you earn money along the way. I was thrilled with this combination. I quickly signed up for the DE class, and that's how I entered the world of retail. The first day that I left school at 10:30 and walked the mile to McClellan's, I was as excited as I'd ever been. "Welcome, son," Mr. Tyler greeted me. "To get started, you go grab the yarn broom back there and sweep the floor." This was dusty Oklahoma, after all, and the aisles needed attention several times a day. He taught me to sweep with a compound of sawdust with some light oil mixed in. When that was finished, Mr. Tyler said, "All right, now let's go upstairs to the stock room. I'll show you how to check in the merchandise that just arrived." We went up to a room on the second floor where there were bins for each department and a long work table for unpacking the cartons that the trucks delivered to our little 5,000-square-foot store. I saw the conveyor belt that chugged upstairs to the stockroom from the freight dock in the back. I saw the hand crank machine that turned out price stickers so we could mark the merchandise before the ladies took it downstairs to display. Yes, price stickers. This was long before the days of barcoding, and few items were pre-priced by the suppliers. That evening, after I walked the mile back to our house across the tracks, I excitedly told my mother about my day. "Now that I have a real job," I announced, "I'm going to buy you something really nice." I had worked alongside her and my brothers and sisters in the cotton fields for years to get money for our family. But this job at the Five and Dime was at a whole new level. I'd much rather be doing this than sports or clubs after school. As a stock boy, I always carried two tools in my pocket, a case knife and a glass cutter. The second of these was because we were always making new bins on the countertops for individual items. Whereas today you might buy buttons or pencils in card packets that hang on wall pegs, back then items were offered in bulk, and customers picked out as many as they needed. Making the bins inevitably created lots and lots of leftover glass pieces. These congregated into a jumble in a space under the staircase, along with the various clips that held the panels together. I took it upon myself to sort these glass remnants by size and bring order to the chaos. If I gathered all the 3-inch pieces together, then the 4-inch pieces, the 5-inch pieces, and so on, they could be put to use again, instead of someone wastefully cutting into a large sheet of glass for just a small panel. It was a challenge that I somehow found to be fun. I quickly fell into the rhythm of working 40 hours a week or even more. 3 of my teachers eventually called me in to say that while my aptitude tests showed potential, my grades weren't matching up. "Do you work or something?" one of them said. With a smart aleck attitude, I responded, "Yeah, I probably work more hours than you do." It's a wonder I didn't get suspended for that. But retail was such a joyous contrast to the rest of my life. I had finally found something I was good at.